In what might be the first time in the history of the Perry County Baseball Tournament, we have the consolation game after the Perry County Championship, as we finally have Game 4, officially Game 3 on the Perry County Tournament schedule, but it's finally here as we are live at Susquenita High School in Duncan for the Perry County Consolation Baseball game between the Susquenita Blackhawks and the West Prairie Mustangs. Hello, everyone watching on the Peco Sports Talk YouTube channel. I am Alex Ball, the Golden Pipes of Perry County Baseball. We've already crowned a Perry County champion just a couple of weeks ago. Congratulations to the Greenwood Wildcats winning their first ever Perry County Baseball Championship. But now we have big game to cover here today at Susquenita on an early morning matchup. This is without a doubt the earliest baseball game that I ever called, as we are set for a 9 o'clock start in just a matter of minutes. As the West Prairie Mustangs come into this game, 3 wins, 10 losses on the year so far, 3-7 in a very tough Mid-Penn Conference Colonial Division. Meanwhile, for Susquenita, it's been a rather surprising season so far for the Blackhawks, as they are heading into this one 4-7 on the year and 4-5 in the Tri-Valley League. Both these teams are coming off a big win this past Wednesday in their last matchup. Both teams on the road this past Wednesday when Susquenita had a big 16-4 win at East Juniata this past Wednesday. They were supposed to host Juniata here last night for the Susquenita Baseball Senior Night, but that game got postponed due to rain, and the makeup date still yet to be determined. But they're cut off a big 16-4 win at East Juniata this past Wednesday, while West Prairie, they were at Jace Buchanan, a Mid-Penn Colonial Division matchup where the Mustangs dominated to a 20-2 victory in 5 innings against the Rockets. West Prairie had an 11-run fifth inning to seal the deal for the Mustangs at James Buchanan, while Susquenita, they had a full 7 innings despite a 16-4 victory, but they finished off with 6 big insurance runs in the 7th inning at EJ last Wednesday. Key player to keep an eye on for Susquenita is the junior Joel McNaughton. He is the starting pitcher for the Hawks today. He has 2 wins on the year so far on the mound with an ERA of 4.77, only giving up 10 earned runs and 18 strikeouts so far this season. McNaughton also having a big season batting-wise, 303 batting average, having 10 hits, 2 doubles, and 6 ribbies so far for the junior who transferred out of Bishop McDevitt from last season. A big surprise for Susquenita is Ryan Shoppy. He's doing well batting-wise, has a 382 batting average. That is best on the Susquenita team. Has 13 hits so far, 34 at-bats, 6 of them being a double, 1 being a home run, and he leads the team with 15 RBIs. But pitching-wise, it has been a struggle for the senior Ryan Shoppy, going to Canisius University starting next year, and he's over 4 with a 10 ERA so far, giving up 25 earned runs, 16 walks, while leading the team in strikeouts. He has 27 of those so far. As the Susquenita Blackhawks team, the home team here, coming out to take the field. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the West Prairie Mustangs. Under first-year head coach Josh Wilson, here's the lineup for the Mustangs. Laying off will be the center fielder, number 6, Drew Brandt. Batting second is the left fielder, number 11, Eli Lyons. In the third spot is the second baseman, number 10, Christian Stump. Batting fourth is the third baseman, number 4, Carson Fritz. In cleanup spot is the shortstop, number 12, Quentin Palm. Batting sixth is the starting pitcher for the Mustangs, number 2, Gannon Wilson. Batting seventh is the catcher, number 3, Mason Sprecher. In the eighth spot is the first baseman, number 5, Ryan McCurdy. And in the 9-hole hitter for the West Prairie Mustangs, he is down in right field, wearing number 7, Kyan Sturm. Kyan Sturm is the only senior on the West Prairie baseball team this season. And now, defensive alignment for Susquenita. Pitching for the Hawks is the junior Joel McNaughton. Behind the plate is Jacob White. At first base is Jackson Hockenberry. The second baseman is Braden Hostetter. At third base is Chase Fritz. Shortstop is Eric Rice, and the outfield is Carter Foose on left, center field patrolled by Gannon Renrich, and on right field is Ryan Shoppy. And now here we go. We are about to get started here at Susquenita High School. The Perry County Baseball Tournament Consolation game is finally about to get underway with Drew Brandt leading off for the Mustangs. And first pitch just misses Drew Brandt. And it's down low, ball one. Here to Drew Brandt, the center fielder for the Mustangs. A triathlete over at West Prairie High School. He's also the kicker for West Prairie football team, and he also plays basketball. And next pitch is down low for ball two. Our umpires for today's game, calling balls and strikes, is Denny Ron, and our basis umpire is Francis Coutry. And 2-0 pitch, good Harris count, but take it right down the middle for strike one. Count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Just getting started here at Susquenita High School. Here's the next pitch, and this is grounded over to the second baseman, Hostetter. Throw to first is in time, and it's a 4-3 put out to begin our ball game here at Susquenita. 1 out here in the first. That's going to bring up Eli Lyons. Yeah, Lyons having himself a big season so far, hitting-wise. Has a bunch of RBIs and a few hits. He's has the second most hits on the West Prairie team this season. And here he rips the first pitch. It goes out to center field for a base hit. Redridge throws it back in, and it's a 1-out single for Eli Lyons. This game was, of course, originally scheduled to take place over at West Prairie back in the beginning of the season, but the heavy rain had unplayable field conditions over at West Prairie, so we had both semifinals on one field, and the game kept going on and on and on. And now here comes Christian Stump. Christian Stump whacks at the first pitch and fouls it off for strike one. Last time I saw West Prairie baseball in action was last week in a big-time matchup at home against Shippensburg, and that game had some fireworks. The Mustangs were down 2-0 hanging to 7th, but then 3 runs in the 7th for West Prairie to beat the Greyhounds. And this pitch missed inside and ends up hitting Christian Stump. Yeah, Lions will go over to second. And out comes Carson Fritz. 3 runs in the 7th for West Prairie against Shippensburg to beat the Greyhounds 3-2. And the man to finish it off with a walk-off RBI single, that was Christian Stump. Here he gets hit by the pitch on an 0-1 count. So here comes Carson Fritz, the third baseman. And good slider right there, taken for strike one. It has been a long time since Susquenita have beaten the Mustangs. The last time that Susquenita defeated West Prairie was back in 2014. And what was a thrilling victory for Susquenita at West Prairie. Next pitch is in for a called strike two. Ben Dalma was on the West Prairie team that season. He actually pitched in that game as well. It went a full 12 innings. Last time Susquenita defeated the Mustangs. And now they're looking to send West Prairie packing. And here's a high fly ball, shallow right field. Ryan Shoppy makes the grab. And there's a big out number 2. Big rivalry here between these two teams. I'll be expecting some fireworks here today. And now here we go with Quentin Palm, the shortstop for the Mustangs, as he takes the first pitch and it's in for a called strike. The slider for Joel McDonough is working very well right now. Riders out first and second here with 2 outs. Here comes the 0-1. And swing, and that's fouled back for strike 2. Joel McNaughton last year was at Bishop McDevitt High School. I mean, it's very rare that you hear of a student that transfers out of a private school like Bishop McDevitt and ends up coming here. But Susquenita, they love McNaughton, and they'll have him here pitching a lot. 2 wins on the year so far. Next pitch was fouled away, so count remains on no balls and 2 strikes. McDonald also a star basketball player this past season for the Blackhawks. And here comes the 0-2. Swing and a miss. The dirty slider there from McDonald has Palm chasing after it, and that will retire the side. Nothing doing for the Mustangs. They would runners at first and second. We are heading into the bottom first. The Blackhawks coming up to bat for the first time. Back here for the bottom of the first. No score for the Mustangs, leaving runners at first and second. One hit for Eli Lyons. Christian Stubb was hit by a pitch after that. And now here we go with Susquenita, the starting lineup for the Hawks. Susquenita is coached by Austin Andonicio. And here's the starting nine for the Hawks. Laying off will be the catcher, number 25, Jacob White. Batting second is designated hitter for Susquenita, number 20, Remy Rodabal. He is heading for the left fielder, number 12, Carter Foose. Batting third is the shortstop, number 32, Eric Rice. Batting fourth is the right fielder, number 11, the senior Ryan Shoppy. Batting fifth is the center fielder, number 28, Galen Renrich. And the sixth spot is the second baseman, number 7, Braden Hostetter. Batting seventh is the starting pitcher, number 23, Joel McNaughton. In the eighth spot is the third baseman, number 13, Chase Fritz. And in the 9-hole spot on the Susquehanna lineup, he is the first baseman, number 22, Jackson Hockenberry. Substitutions for Susquehanna include Ben Smith, Landon Keller, James Frey, and Dylan Johnson. Defensive alignment for the West Prairie Mustangs. The starting pitcher for the Mustangs today is Gannon Wilson. The catcher behind the plate is Mason Sprecher. First baseman is Ryan McCurdy. The second baseman is Christian Stump. Third base is patrolled by Carson Fritz. The shortstop is Quentin Palm. In the outfield, out on left is Eli Lyons. Drew Brandt out in center field. And out right field is the only senior on the West Prairie baseball team this season, Kyan Sturm. Substitutions, by the way, for West Prairie include Caleb Bissell, Grady Brown, and Kane Kibble. And now here we go. First pitch swinging, pops it up. And Wilson dives for it, but goes off his glove in foul territory. Jacob White, first pitch swinging, doesn't pay off. But having new life here for the Susquehanna catcher. Good effort there for Gannon Wilson. Had a long way to get there. But it's dropped, so it's 0-1 to count, foul territory. Then next pitch swinging again. This time he fouls a strike back for a strike two. You know, when I first got here, that I was sitting ready to go. I was ready for the rain, and I had a canopy set in the back of my car. I had my table and everything. But then I found out there was a press box here. And I had no idea there was a press box here. This next pitch is popped up, playable in the infield for the shortstop Palm. He makes the grab, and there's one out here in the bottom of the first. That was a big pop-up there for Jacob White. Had the big height there on that one. But an easy catch for Quinn Palm. So one out here in the first. That brings up Remy Rodabal, the designated hitter for Susquehanna, and he swings at the first pitch. A little bit of house swing, but a home plate umpire says he went around for strike one. You know, back in my day, I was a student at West Prairie, class of 2012, and like this is the first time in a very long time that I've been here for a baseball game. Next pitch is down low for ball one. And back in my day at West Prairie, we faced Susquehanna every year. A lot of times it would be at West Prairie, but other times it would be over at City Island where the Harrisburg Centers play. And that was always a lot of fun. It didn't matter who won. It was just nice to be playing in a minor league ballpark. And it's City Island, so that was always fun. And next pitch is swung on and hit well out towards right field, and that gets down for a fair ball. This has extra bases. Remy Rodaball hustling towards second, and he will get there standing up. It's a one-out double for Remy Rodaball. That ball had some height to it. It kept carrying down the right field line and dropped in fair territory. And so an RBI opportunity here for Eric Rice. Eric Rice, the shortstop. Another good athlete here. He plays soccer here at Susquenita. Also plays basketball. 1-0 now to Eric Rice. And I think one thing I keep saying about Eric Rice, he has the best hair in all of Perry County sports. And next pitch is in for a called strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. I mean, I honestly wish that more kids in the 4 school districts in Perry County will have hair like Eric Rice, especially if they're playing sports. But next pitch is down low for ball 2. I mean, kind of has that Troy Polamalu vibe to it. All right, that's me as a big Steelers fan. I love Troy Polamalu. He was the very reason I became a Steelers fan, and mainly because of his hair. Next pitch is swung on and missed. Pitch in the dirt looked like it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, Wilson looking for a big punch out, and that is down low for ball 3. It's a full count here to Eric Rice. Ryan Shoppe is on deck for the Hawks. Susquenita looking for an explosive start. Here's the 3-2 offering, and a swing and a miss. Gannon Wilson has his first strikeout, and that's a big out number 2 here in the first. Now comes Ryan Shoppe, the senior. Amazing athlete here. But pitching-wise, he has been struggling. He's actually been limited to how many pitches he can throw so far this season. But batting-wise, he is doing fantastic. As the first pitch to him is down low for ball 1. I think one thing that really surprised a lot of us here back in the Perry County Tournament semifinal, Ryan Shoppe was the starting pitcher against Newport. And he really has struggled, and next pitch is down low and swung on and missed by Shoppe. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ryan Shoppe, the senior, leads the team in batting average, .382, has 13 hits on the year so far. Swing, and this is ripped well out to center field. Drew Brand almost got too close to that one, but he makes the grab, and that will end the inning. Nothing doing after a wide-out double from Remy Rodaball. We are heading into the second inning with no score. This is the Perry County Baseball Tournament Consolation Game. West Perry versus Susquenita, exclusively on the Perry County Talk Sports Zone YouTube channel. Back here for the top half of the second inning. Both teams with 1 hit in the first inning. Remy Rodaball for Susquenita had a double in the first inning, but the Hawks could not cash in after a strikeout and then a long line out from Ryan Shoppe over to Drew Brand out in center field. It was a good hit, but it stood up long enough, high enough for Drew Bratton to make the catch. And so here we go with West Prairie. 6, 7, 8 hairs stood up. Scannon Wilson will lay off here in the second. And there's a call, strike one. We could be expecting a big pitching matchup here today between McNaughton and Wilson. And here's the first time that these two are facing each other batting-wise and hitting. Batting and pitching. And here's a ground ball to Eric Rice. Throw over to first is in time. Nice play for Eric Rice for the first out. Up next here is Mason Sprecher. I think one thing that both teams are really looking for here today, besides a win, is to actually get this game in, because there is severe threat for rain later on in this one. But according to our friends over the ABC 27 Weather Center, they're saying that the rain might not start till 12 or 12:30. So hopefully we're done by then, as the 1-0 pitch is down low for ball two. Here to Mason Sprecher. 2-0 the count to the West Prairie catcher. This game was originally scheduled today to be at 12 o'clock, but due to that rain, we're now playing on a Saturday morning as the 2-0 pitch is swung on and fouled straight back out of play. Count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Game time temperature here, I can't really complain that much as we're in the mid-50s. Here's a swing, a drive, that's got to get foul. Evens the count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. We have a few fans here today. Of course, Susquenita, the home faithful, cut on strong. We have Scott Markowitz, the Susquenita Athletic Director, with us here this morning. And I believe that I see Alan Marceau, the West Prairie Athletic Director, with us here today. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the next pitch, and that's upstairs for ball 3. Full count now to Mason Sprecher. Ryan McCurdy is on deck for the Mustangs. Here's the 3-2 offering, a swing and a miss. Might have been foul tip in the catcher's glove, but strike 3 anyway. Strikeout number 2 for McNaughton. And now 2 outs here in the second. That brings up Ryan McCurdy. McCurdy taking the first pitch, and there's that slider again. My goodness, that slider for McNaughton is nasty, ladies and gentlemen. It's just looking so good. Nearly impossible to lay off. And swing and a miss on the fastball. McCurdy was late on that one. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. That's what McNaughton does so well, is that he does the off-speed pitches. He mixes it in with the fastball every now and then. And there's that slider, high and in. And that is back-to-back strikeouts. 3 strikeouts now for McNaughton. And that retires the side. The Mustangs go down in order. We are hanging to the bottom of the second, still with no score. Back here for the bottom of the second, no score. The Mustangs went down in order in the second inning. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Joel McNaughton. And we'll see McNaughton hitting here in this inning for the Hawks as the 5, 6, and 7 hitters are due up. 1 hit for Susquenita. That was a 1-out double for Remy Rondabal in the first. So here is Galen Winrich as he takes a look at ball one. Got Wilson back out for his second inning of work. There's the next pitch, and I swung on and hit out of play for strike one. So we talked about earlier that about these two teams facing each other at City Island before. They haven't done that in a long time. But how about the Harrisburg Senators? They are on a roll right now, currently in second place in their division in the Atlantic League. And it's 2-1 strike now to Winrich, the center fielder. Who knows? If the rain holds up, maybe we'll go to Senators game tonight. They are facing Altoona this weekend. The Altoona Curve, AA affiliate of the Pittsburgh Pirates. That's one thing about Alan Marceau, the athletic director over at West Perry. He used to coach in the Pittsburgh Steelers or Pittsburgh Pirates minor league system, and ground ball here to second base. And Christian Stump throws it in time for out number one. Now, I don't think Alan Marceau ever coached at Altoona. I think he was in low A or high A, single A Pittsburgh Pirates teams. But, yeah, I think he was offered once a contract position for the Pittsburgh Pirates. And now here's a ground ball, and first pitch swing for Brandon Hoster. It pays off as it goes past the diving Christian Stump. And Susquenita has their second hit of the game. And it's a one-out single for Brandon Hostetter. So that'll bring up Joe McNaughton. Double play formation set for the Mustangs as they're looking for a ground ball here by McNaughton. He has been doing well. Throw over to first, close, but well in time. Back safely is Hostetter. Joe McNaughton, batting average 303, having 10 hits, 2 of them being a double, and he has 6 ribbies so far. And next pitch is down low for ball one. First pitch to McNaughton. 1-0 the count. Here's the next pitch, and this ball is hit well out towards left field. Eli Lyons going after it. He makes the grab, and there is out number 2. Good rip there for McNaughton, but it stayed high enough for Eli Lyons to make the grab for allowed out number 2. And up next here comes Chase Fritz. Chase Fritz is the third baseman. And 2 outs here, runner on first, and throw to first, gets by the Ryan McCurdy, but no advancement. McCurdy wasn't expecting that coming from Mason Sprecher, but fortunately it doesn't cost an error. So Huster stays put there at first. Next pitch is in for a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's a 1-1, and that's looked to be outside, but it's ruled a strike. It's 1-2 now to Chase Fritz. One thing I just realized, the bases umpire Francis Kutry, I don't know if that's the normal spot for it to have a runner over at first. A swing is ruled dead at the plate. So it stays 1 ball and 2 strikes. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm usually not behind the plate over at West Prairie. I call all the West Prairie baseball games over on Hollow TV over at West Prairie High School. And I'm usually down the first baseline. We don't have a press box behind home plate like we have here at Susquenita. Throw to first, nothing doing, but 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Chase Fritz. And 2-2 pitch, a high fastball, swung on and missed, and that will retire the side. Susquenita leaves another runner on base. Strikeout number 2 for Gannon Wilson, And we are heading to the third inning, still with no score. This is the Perry County Baseball Consolation game, exclusively on YouTube. We'll be back for the third inning. We are back here for the third inning of this one. I just noticed that my mic wasn't put in all, all the way on my soundboard, so we're hoping the sound went through. I know it did. Got the bars rising up and down on my screen here, so I know I'm good. Just it wasn't plugged in all the way. So here we go with the West Bay Mustangs scoreless through the first two innings for both teams as Kyan Sturm swings at the first pitch and hits it high in foul territory, and the first baseman Hockenberry makes the grab, and one pitch, one out here in the third. Kyan Sturm, the only senior on the West Prairie team, popping out of foul territory. So back to the top of the lineup for the Mustangs as Drew Brandt comes up. And this is where things can get interesting. Facing the order for the second time is usually a little harder than facing them the first time. And here's ball one to Drew Brandt. Well, last night I got a very interesting text from somebody that I've been talking to for a while, Greg Fernario. He is the president of the Pennsylvania Benjamins. They are a brand new Arena Football League team that plays their games at Santander Arena in Reading. And I am happy to announce that you are now listening to the first ever play-by-play announcer for the Pennsylvania Benjamins. They are a brand new Arena Football League. It's the first time in over 10 years that Pennsylvania has had a Arena Football League as the count goes to 1-2 strikes to Drew Brandt, a 1-2. Swung on, ground over to third. And Chase Fritz makes the throw in time, and two quick outs here in the third. But yeah, I'm super excited to be a part of that. Like we've been talking for a little bit, somewhat over Facebook and through text messages and all that, and to be part of something that is brand new. It's the first time that Pennsylvania has had an Arena Football League since the Philadelphia Soul was a thing back in the day, as Eli Lyons swings at the first pitch and fouls it off for strike one. The first game was actually last week, and for those who don't know about the International Arena Football League, it really is international. You got 5 teams in the U.S., and then you got 5 other teams over in Europe. It's just incredible, as we're going to hold off on that as hold on, we're actually going to continue the inning. Eric Rice had a good throw, but Eli Lyons beats out the throw, and that results in an infield single for Eli Lyons, his second hit of the day. Now I'll bring out Christian Stump. The inning continues here. And Christian Stump, he was hit by a pitch his first time up. But yeah, last week, Pennsylvania Benjamins, they were at Las Vegas last week. They were facing the Las Vegas Rockers. And which was kind of crazy to me that it was their first game and it was the same weekend as WrestleMania. WWE had their WrestleMania at Vegas that last weekend. And here's Christian Stone with a drive, and we'll see if they want to send a do send Eli Lyons over to the plate, and a throw not in time. It's an RBI single for Christian Stump, and the Mustangs strike first. It's 1-0. Yeah, Lyons with fantastic speed. You saw him beat out the throw over at first, but then going from first to third on an RBI single for Christian Stump as the Mustangs take a 1-0 lead. And now here comes Carson Fritz. Pennsylvania Benjamins have their first home game tomorrow. They are taking on the Utah Great Eights. What that means, I'm not entirely sure. As this ball is ripped, it gets passed out to left field, and this has extra bases, and another run will come across to score. Carson Fritz has an RBI double, and the Mustangs are now up 2-0 here in the third. Back-to-back hits on back-to-back pitches for the Mustangs. And now here comes Quentin Palm. Struck out to end the first inning, so he's looking for better results here. Here comes the first pitch, and he fouls it off for a strike one. The Mustangs being very aggressive here in this thing. I told you if I'm facing the lineup for the second time is a lot harder than it is facing them the first time. And next pitch is down low for a ball. It's 1-1 strike here to Quentin Palm. Yeah, like I was watching the Benjamins last week on YouTube, and they had a pretty good game. They deep beat the Rockers, so all the time they are 1-0. And now here's a rip, and that goes out left field. They are waving Carson Fritz home, and now he's in a rundown. Now he's in a predicament here, and Fritz slipping here. It's a little bit of a slippery infield, and McNaughton applies the tag, and that will end the inning. It's ultimately a single for Quentin Palm. Caught advancing is Carson Fritz, and he is out diving to the plate. And we are heading into the bottom of the third inning. As the Mustangs strike for two, they lay it 2-0 after 2.5. Back here for the bottom of the third inning for the West Point Mustangs. In the last half inning, they scored 2 runs on 4 hits. They could have had a 3-0 lead, but Carson Fritz was out trying to score. And so we are heading into the bottom of the third, a 2-0 lead now for the Mustangs. And here comes the 9-hole hitter on the Susquenita lineup. Jackson Hockenberry swinging at the first pitch, and that gets past the third baseman and shortstop out to left field for a first pitch single. Jackson Hockenberry gives Susquenita their third hit of the game. They have 1 hit in every inning so far. And now back to the top of Susquenita order as Jacob White comes up. popped out to the shortstop, Quinn Palm, his first time up, so he's 0 for 1. Here he rips at the first pitch, down the third baseline, a fair ball. And Hockenberry, now a big speedster on the bases, but Hockenberry will stop at second. And 2 pitches and 2 hits now for Susquenita. Both these teams being very aggressive with first pitch swinging. And now here comes Remy Rodabal. He had the first hit of the game, and it was a blooper out towards right field and resulted in a double. The only extra base hit so far for the Hawks. There we go with the first pitch to him, and stays upstairs for ball 1. Now I know what some of y'all are thinking. Like, this is a consolation game. This is pretty much a game that doesn't really mean anything. And you could not be more wrong. Because, yeah, this isn't for a championship. Like, both these teams would love to be playing for a Perry County championship, as the next pitch is upstairs for ball 2. But this is a big game for both teams in terms of power rankings. Like, you want to get some wins in the late stages of the season to hopefully qualify for the District 3 playoffs. And it's 3-0 now to Remy Rodabal. Gavin Wilson being very careful here. And 3-0 is in for a called strike. Where's that first and second here with nobody out? There's a 3-1. And there's a ground ball. It could be 2, and no, it goes off of the second baseman. Throw to first is in time. Nice save from McCurdy over at first. Christian Stump did not have that read right. And now Josh Wilson wants to come out and take a look at his second baseman, Christian Stump, because that did go off of him pretty hard. But Stump is like, I'm okay. Let's go. I got the out. Let's go. It should have been 2, but we got 1. So there you go, as both runners advance to second and third with 1 out. Now opportunity here for Eric Rice. Swing and miss from Rice. He goes down quickly, 0-1. Eric Rice struck out his first time up. 2 strikeouts so far for Gannon Wilson. And a base hit could tie this game up. The 0-1 is way outside, but a nice grab for Sprecher behind the plate. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike pitch. And it's down low for ball 2. There's a 2-1, and that's fouled straight back. Evens the count, 2 balls to 2 strikes. Eric Rice did get the count full his first time up before striking out. And again, we're talking about the power rankings, how big it is for both these teams. Rice Perry currently in 16th place in the 4A power rankings in District 3. They are only ahead of Topahucken and James Buchanan. And next pitch is outside for ball 3. It's a full count for the second time to Eric Rice. Ryan Shoppe is on deck. Here comes the 3-2 offering. And swing and a chopper. Gotta be a tough play, and a wet infield has Eric Rice reaching on an infield single. A swinging bunt, if you will. Now has the bases loaded with only 1 out. A big chance for Ryan Shoppe to do some damage. Susquenita in the power rankings in AAA is in last place. Only 14 teams in AAA, and they are currently in last place in 14-team power rankings in AAA. And there's ball 1 to Ryan Shoppe. Bases are loaded here with only 1 out. Jackson Hockenberry at first. And it's ball 2 now to the senior. 2-0. Ryan Shoppe at third. Jacob White at second. Eric Rice over at first. And timeout called as Sprecher wants to talk to Gannon Wilson here. It's like, hey, good hitters count here. And a good hitter. We are just a little over a half hour into this game. And Ryan Shoppy, a big hitter, leads the team in RBI. So this is the guy that you want to have with a bases loaded situation. A base hit could tie it up. 2-0 is away and low for ball 3. You have nowhere to put Ryan Shoppy here. A walk will bring in a run. Here's a 3-1 or 3-0, and that is swung on and fouled straight back. Ryan Shoppy bring out his inner Mike Trout there, swinging on 3-0, but it goes back out of play. Count goes to 3 balls and 1 strike. That looked like a good pitch to hit, too, for Ryan Shoppy, but he just missed it. 3-1. It swung on, and that will get hit out of play. So after starting the at-bat 3-0, it's now 3 balls and 2 strikes. The Mustangs up by 2. Susquenita looking to cut into that deficit, maybe tie with a base hit. The full count offering is down low for ball 4. And a run will come across the score on a bases loaded walk. It's now 2-1. So the bases remain loaded now for Gannon Winrich. And Renrich ground out to Christian Stump his first time up. And pitch missed inside for ball 1. Susquenita now has a very good chance of tying this game up, or with a hit, they'll most likely take the lead. Here's a 1-0. A swing and a miss from Winrich. 1 ball, 1 strike. One is missed outside for ball 2. Susquenita fans kind of strong. We have a few West Prairie fans making a cross-county trip to be here. There's 2-1. A swing, and that will be chopped foul down the first base line. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bases still loaded with 1 out. Jacob White at third, Eric Rice at second, and Ryan Shoppy over at first after getting a bases loaded walk. To make this West Prairie League cut in half. 2-2 offering from Wilson. Missed inside. Did not hit him. And no, the home plate umpire says he went around, and that's a strikeout. Ryan Rich furious on his way back to the dugout, and for good reason. It didn't look like he went around on an inside pitch, but he went around quite a home plate umpire, Denny Ron, and that's a huge out there for the Mustangs. 2 outs now with the bases loaded for Braden Hostetter. He had a base hit his first time up. Here he swings at the first pitch down low. Hostetter swung at the first pitch last time and paid off with a single. But now first one here for strike 1. On that swing and a miss. The 0-1. It's outside. I think that was intentional right there. You can tell by Mason's record he was outside the zone to begin with. Was off to the right of the plate. Yeah, they just try to get Hostetter swing on that one. Here's the 1-1. Finds the outside corner, and strike 2 called. The Mustangs are 1 strike away from getting out of this and maintain the lead here. Here's 1 ball, 2 strike pitch from Gannon Wilson. The 1-2 is outside for ball. Count even 2-2. 2-2 is outside and it's ball 3. I think Hostile thought that was ball 4. He forgot what the count was, but now it's a full count. Joe McNaughton is on deck for the Blackhawks. Bases loaded here with a full count. The payoff pitch is in, cold strike 3. Hollister was on his way over to first. He thought he had to walk, but back-to-back strikeouts for Gannon Wilson only limits Susquenita to 1 run here in the third. We are heading to the fourth inning. It's a 2-1 ball game here at Susquenita High School. Three innings complete. We got a good one here at Susquenita. 2-1 lead for West Prairie, but almost wasn't the case in the last half inning. Susquenita got 1 run on a bases loaded walk, but back-to-back strikeouts for Gannon Wilson stranded the bases loaded. And now here we go with Gannon Wilson leading off for the Mustangs here in the fourth as he takes a look at ball 1. Wilson ground out to Eric Rice his first time up. Here's the 1-0. Check swing, but ruled a strike anyway. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. So far for West Prairie, 2 runs on 5 hits. No errors, and they left 3 runners on base so far. There's a swing, and that is hit out of play straight back. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now, if you're all looking for something to do tomorrow, head on over to Reading, Pennsylvania. Again, I announced that I'm now the play-by-play announcer for the Pennsylvania Benjamins out of the International Arena Football League. And now this ball is ripped hard. Shoppy cutting it off and preventing extra bases for sure. As Gannon Wilson leads off the fourth with a single. Man, Ryan Shoppy out in right field, he had to get to that one quick. He for sure prevent extra bases. But now, here comes Mason Sprecher. And a timeout is called here as they want to take a look at McNaughton. They're looking at like a spray chart or something. Both teams do have something like that where you get an idea of where these hitters make contact and where they put the ball out to. Right now, here comes Mason Sprecher, who struck out his first time up. 3 strikeouts so far for McNaughton. And Springer and Ryan McCray went down strikes back-to-back back in the second inning. Here is strike 1 call to Sprecher, the West Prairie catcher. And here's the 0-1, and that's swung on and popped up. It lands foul down the first base lines, 0-2. But yeah, the Pennsylvania Benjamins is the first arena football game in Pennsylvania in over 10 years. And they are so much fun to go to. I've been to a couple of them myself. I actually used to sell 50-50 raffle tickets for the Philadelphia Soul back after I graduated from Lockhaven. And for the first, nothing doing. But they do have a special going on right now for the home opener tomorrow. You can get your tickets at the ticket counter at Santander Arena in Reading for $19.97. Or I take that back. I don't know why I said 1997, as this makes more sense. And the next pitch is swung on and foul back. Count remains at no balls and 2 strikes. But yeah, the official ticket offer, as the Benjamins are 1-0 all the time in Arena Football League. They are taking on the Utah 8s tomorrow at 2:30. And you can get tickets for $17.76. Of course, America $2.50, and this 0-2 pitch ends up hitting Sprecher. So now it puts runners at first and second here and nobody out. Obviously not intentional, hitting the barrel with 2 strikes. You can get your tickets over at benjaminsial.com. International Arena League. You're listening to the play-by-play announcer for the Pennsylvania Benjamins. Our home openers tomorrow over in Reading. So head on over. It's going to be a fun time. No ball, so 1 strike now to Ryan McCurdy. He's going to step back of this one and it's called strike 2. And McCurdy says, "You got to be kidding me." He quickly looks over to Josh Wilson. And now McCurdy, the first baseman, he struck out his first time up. Here's the 0-2 pitch and swing, and this is hit high, but goes out of play. Count remains at no balls and 2 strikes. A single and a hit by pitch. But runners at first and second with nobody out here in the 4th. And the 0-2, a swing and a miss. McCurdy goes down on strikes for the second time, and there's 1 out here in the 4th. Now bring up Kyan Sturm. He swung at the first pitch and popped down in foul territory to the first baseman, Jackson Hockenberry. So he's 0 for 1. First pitch, he swings at the first pitch again, grounds it over, and it'll roll foul down the first base line. Nice job for McNaughton to let that one go. Probably could have been an out, but then that would have put 2 runners in scoring position. So it's no balls and 1 strike. Here to Kyan Sturm, the only senior on the West Prairie baseball team this season. It's kind of funny when you think about it that last year for West Prairie School District, they're coming from the best senior class in West Prairie athletics history to having one of the smallest. And now a pitch in the dirt, and that's going to result in a wild pitch as Gary Wilson and Mason Sprecher move up to second and third here. So that there goes the double play possibility for Susquenita. And now the Mustangs starting to increase their lead. And next pitch is swung on. I think they made contact on that one. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. And next pitch goes to the backstop, but no fastball here. Yeah, that would definitely been a run scored if this was at West Prairie. Because for a baseball field, this is one of the smallest backstops that I've ever seen on a baseball field. You usually see that in softball, but I never hear for baseball. And this ball is hit well out towards center field. This could be trouble. And a great effort by center fielder Wenrich to make the grab. Sprecher has to retreat back to second, but Wilson tagged up and he will score. It's a sacrifice fly for Kyan Sturm, and it's now 3-1 West Prairie. Great effort there. Great catch by Winrich on center field. He had a long way to get there. But it does result in a sacrifice fly, and now back to the top of the order for the Mustangs. Back up by 2. That's Drew Brandt. Grounded out twice so far. He's 0 for 2. And here he swings at the first pitch and pops it up. Play ball for the third baseman, Fritz. He makes the grab, and that will end the inning. But the Mustangs get another run on a sac fly from Kyan Sturm to score Gan Wilson from third. You're watching Perry County Baseball Consolation game, West Prairie versus Susquenita, and we'll be back for the ball in the fourth as the Mustangs are back up by 2. Today's coverage of the Perry County Baseball Consolation game is brought to you by the Bank of Landisburg. We are back here for the bottom of the 4th inning. We are starting to see our first rain shower here as the rain is coming down. And we'll see as the umbrellas are coming up. People are retreating back to their cars. And now first pitch swing for Joel McNaughton is out towards right center for a base hit. This is where things could get interesting here. The rain is now starting to come down. And McNaughton wasting no time whatsoever. He has a first pitch single. McNaughton flew out to left field his first time up. And the umpires might have a decision to make coming up. But now here comes Chase Fritz. He struck out his first time up to end the second. And first pitch is upstairs and in. And throw to first. It's blocked by McCurdy, saving an error. But it's 1-0 here to Chase Fritz. We did know that rain was coming. And there is a PIAA rule where you have to have 5 innings finished before it becomes an official game. And now it's ball 2 here to Chase Fritz. Last night when I was sleeping, I heard the rain coming down. I was like, oh boy, here we go. But like I hear, the field wasn't actually that bad. They had to work on the mound a little bit. And 2 balls to 1 strike now to Chase Fritz. And I was like, okay, we might actually get this in. But now we got heavy winds here and a little bit of light rain. And it's ball 3 now to Chase Fritz. Gavin Wilson out there for his 4th inning of work on the mound. Wilson, the 3-1, missed inside for ball 4. So a single and now a walk. Given up by Gavin Wilson here in the 4th, and that brings up Jackson Hockenberry. Hockenberry, the only Susquenita player to score in this game. He led off the third with a single, and now Josh Wilson, the head coach for West Prairie, coming out to talk. So we got Scott Markowitz here with us, staying dry here in the press box. I mean, this is something that I wish West Prairie would have. Like, I wish we had a nice press box like this. It doesn't have to be as big as this one, but it definitely helps with the rain, and we have some ideal locations that I have in mind to put in the press box there at the West Prairie baseball field, and also the softball field too. I mean, I don't think y'all don't have a press box in softball field. I mean, you kind of do, but it's not as big and built in as this is. This is nice. Like, I had it all planned out. I had the canopy ready to go and a table and everything to go electric-wise. But then I saw the press box here. I'm like, here we go. So here comes Jackson Hockenberry. And he swings at the first pitch and rips it foul out of play for strike one. Hockenberry, first pitch swinging, and that's what both teams have been doing a lot here today. I think they're just ready trying to get this game in, especially with the rain coming down. It looks like it stopped here a little bit. That was a very quick shower, but we do know there's a big line of rain coming around 12 o'clock here today, which is a couple hours from now. So hopefully we're done by then. Here's the 1-0, or 0-1, and this is swung on and hit well and over Kyan Sturm. And this has extra bases. Susquenita is going to score at least one. And now they're waving the tire around in front of second. It's in time. But now they got thrown to the plate. And the throw is out of line. And that's got to result. My goodness, how would you score that? That's an RBI single for Jackson Hockenberry. As he's out, trying to stretch out to a double for the first out. And Chase Fritz scores, and we are tied up at 3 apiece now. Yeah, I'm gonna give them both RBIs on that one because that was very close. I don't know. Like if the throw was on target, I think it would have been a close play. But yeah, that's going to be a result in a 2-run single for Jackson Hockenberry as we're now tied up. And here comes Jacob White, already had 1-0 in the count. And strike one there. The 1-1 pitch is down low for ball 2. You also got to keep an eye on the mound here. We just had that heavy downpour not that long ago. And got to keep an eye on the mound, on the status of it. Like how slippery it might be. But again, Wilson has firm control of it, even though that ball is missed for ball 3. It's 3-1 now to Jacob White. He had a base hit his last time up. He's 1 for 2. As we got a tie ball game. Here's a 3-1. And that's in for called strike 2. It's a full count now to Jacob White. Remy Rodaball is on deck. And 3-2. Finds the corner and called strike 3. And there's out number 2. Strikeout number 5 for Gannon Wilson. And now here comes Remy Rodaball. Had a 1-out double back in the first. Ground out to Christian Stump his last time up on a bang-bang play back in that 3rd inning. And first pitch is in for a called strike. Here's the next pitch, and up and way in. Rodaball ducked underneath of that one. Kind of about 1 ball, 1 strike. We have one more Perry County Championship to crown up this Wednesday. Right here at Susquenita is the Perry County Track and Field Championships. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. And we want to we're going to see the two Tri-Fi League champions here at Susquenita on Wednesday. Congratulations to Greenwood girls track and field winning the Tri-Fi League championship. This pitch has popped up and just barely get out of play. Even with the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And we also want to say congratulations to Susquenita. Susquenita boys track and field won the Tri-Fi League championship with an undefeated record from what I heard too for Susquenita track and field. So congratulations to them. We'll see them along with Greenwood and West Perry for a Perry County championship right here on Wednesday. 3-2 off Rick swung on and fouled away, so we'll do it again. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes to Remy Rodaball. Eric Rice is on deck for the Hawks. And time out here is again Wilson wants to get the dirt off his cleats there a little bit. Bases are empty here with 2 outs, but the Hawks tie it up with a 2-run single from Jackson Hockenberry. Next pitch, a swung on down third base line, a fair ball. Rodaball fighting the third base line, and it results in a 2-out single for Remy Rodaball. Rodaball doing well going down the baselines. Blooper out in first baseline down in the first inning for a 1-out double. Now he gets one here down the third baseline, and Eric Rice ducking out away at the first pitch, and it's ball 1. Eric Rice had a swinging bunt single, if you will. Swung on, and the slippery field. Again, Wilson could have thrown it over to first, so that resulted in an infield single for Eric Rice's last time up. He's 1 for 2, struck out back in the first inning. And next pitch, Chess misses for ball 2. Here's the 2-0. And that's upstairs for ball 3. Ryan Rodaball, not a speed threat over there on first base, so they're going right after Eric Rice here. But 3-0. Here's the 3-0. And that's down low for ball 4. So Eric Rice walks on 4 pitches. And now runners have first and second here with 2 outs. I'll bring up Ryan Shoppy. And before he has his next play appearance, Josh Wilson calling out. And I think this might be it for again Wilson pitching. Or maybe he's going to look at the rubber here on the mound. We did have that downpour here in this inning. But now the go-ahead run is over in scoring position. And now we see the Susquenita coach, Austin Indonesio, talking to one of the umpires, and now talking to Chase Shoppy, or Ryan Shoppy, excuse me. And yep, we do have a pitching change here for the Mustangs, and we'll take a break. 2 outs here in the 4th. We had a tie ball game. New pitcher coming in for the Mustangs. New pitcher here for the West Prairie Mustangs as Caleb Bissell coming up here for the West Prairie Mustangs. Runners at first and second here. The day is done pitching wise for Gannon Wilson. His final line scored 3 and 2/3 of an inning, facing 21 batters, had 5 strikeouts, gave up 3 walks and 8 hits. But he is responsible for those runners at first and second here. And now here we go with Caleb Bissell as he throws the first pitch. It's a called strike to Ryan Shuppy. Man, what a tough task for Caleb Bissell here to come in relief. There's the 0-1. Swing a chopper. And Graham Palm fires over to first. And it's in time, and they can't ask for much more than that. As it's one batter faced and gets the out. A 6-3 put out to end the inning, but the Susquenita Blackhawks tie it up thanks to a 2-run single from Jackson Hockenberry, and we're heading to the 5th inning, tied at 3 apiece. This is the Prairie County Baseball Consolation game exclusively on the Prairie County Talk Sports Zone YouTube channel, presented by the Bank of Landisburg and by Peco Yardscape. Back here for the 5th inning. And we got ourselves a ball game, ladies and gentlemen, tied at 3 apiece. A huge game for both these teams. It's also been a very long time since West Prairie has gone 0-2 in the Prairie County tournament. That's happened yet in this century. And now here we go with the 2, 3, and 4 hitters queued up for the Mustangs as Eli Lyons takes a look at ball 1. It's 1-0. Here to Eli Lyons. Been having himself a good day. 2 for 2 with 2 singles. Here he swings and fouls off the next pitch. Goes to no balls and, or 1 ball, 1 strike, excuse me. Fifth inning we go. Here's the 1-1 pitch from McNaughton. And Eli Lyons starting to get the bunt down and forget about it. A throw nowhere near in time for the third baseman, Chase Fritz. And Eli Lyons, with his big speed, will reach first easily on a bunt single to lay us off here in the 5th. That's his 3rd hit of the day. Eli Lyons having himself a good one at the plate. And here comes Christian Stump. Quinn Stump got the Mustangs on the board first with an RBI single his last time up. He's 1 for 1 with a hit by pitch and a RBI single. Here's a look at ball 1. Thank you so much for tuning in. For our first nothing doing. Thank you so much for tuning in on the Peco Sports Talk YouTube channel. I am Alex Wall, the Golden Pipes of Prairie County Baseball. Consolation game. Here in Prairie County tournament, and a swing, and the home plate umpire says it's ruled dead at the plate. Danny Ron, our home plate umpire, even though it went down the third baseline, it was ruled dead at the plate. Count goes to 1 ball, 1 strike now to Christian Stump. Christian Stump had the game-winning run, game-winning hit last week against Shippensburg. 2 balls and a strike now to Stump. Christian Stump leads the team in pretty much every category offensively. There's a 2-1. And that is missed for ball 3. Looked a bit close there. 3 balls and 1 strike. Carson Fritz is on deck for the Mustangs. 3-1, and that is in a called strike. It's a full count now to Christian Stump. Eli Lyons over at first with nobody out. Carson Fritz on deck for the Mustangs. And throwing the first, nothing doing before the payoff pitch. The 3-2 ends up hitting Stump. He is hit by the pitch for the second time. I think McNaughton was looking for a slider, but it didn't break in enough towards the strike zone. So hit by pitch puts runners at first and second here and nobody out. And now here comes Indonesio. Coming out to talk to McNaughton. McNaughton frustrated after that slider did not break in enough. That slider was working pretty well early in this game for McNaughton, but now the go-ahead run is in scoring position with nobody out. An opportunity for Carson Fritz. He had an RBI double his last time up, but put Mustangs ahead 2-0. Hit back in the third inning. If you're about becoming a PIAA official, you're about becoming a baseball umpire, now's your opportunity. Go to PIAA.org to find out how you can become a PIAA official. Again, that's PIAA.org. Here comes Carson Fritz now, and he's just looking to get the bunt down, but he goes around and it's ruled a strike. That's a little bit surprising. Carson Fritz, they want him to bunt, but he had an RBI double his last time up. That's a little bit of a surprising move there. And still going for the bunt as made contact but goes foul for strike 2. So there goes the bunt situation. Carson Fritz ripped one out towards left field his last time up for an RBI double, which is so far the only extra base hit for the Mustangs. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2. And a slider. Started inside and stayed inside. And it's 1-2 now. Good waist pitch there for McNaughton. Trying to squeeze it inside. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. And swing. And we'll do 1-2. Or maybe not as well. Actually, it goes down foul. That was close. It was closer than I thought it was going to be down the first baseline. One ball, 2 strike pitch from McNaughton. Here it is. Swing right up the middle and could be tough to turn 2, and no turn for 2 will happen. As the second baseman, Brandon Hostetter, had a glove on it, but kept popping around it, and so that's going to result in an infield single for Carson Fritz. And now the Mustangs, for the first time today, have the bases loaded with nobody out. And opportunity here for Quinn Palm. And slider just misses inside for ball 1. And next pitch is hit high and deep out towards left center. Center field Renridge makes the grab. Runner attacking from third. Yeah, he will score easily. It's a sac fly for Quinn Palm, and the Mustangs go up in front. It's 4-3. Question Stomach, Carson Fritz stay put at first and second. So runners at first, second with 1 out for Gang Wilson. He takes a look at slider away for ball 1. step off here. No attempt over at second. Next pitch. Just misses, apparently. It's 2-0 here to Gavin Wilson. And here comes the next pitch. That's in for a called strike. Next pitch for McDonald is off the glove of Jacob White and on a pass ball. Both runners will move up to scoring position. The high slider stayed high and away and went off Jacob White's glove. Gonna be seeing a lot of wet baseballs here, as the field got a little bit wet in the last inning. Next pitch is swung on and it's hit high out towards right field. Shoppy will make the grab. He's gonna have a big throw to the plate, but it's cut off by the first baseman. And run will come across the score on another sacrifice fly. This time by Graham Wilson, and it's now 5-3 Mustangs. That's something I don't write down very often. Back-to-back sacrifice flies. What was that? 1-0 here to Mason Sprecher. He was hit by a pitch this last time up with 2 strikes. And a Mustang strike 2 on back-to-back sacrifice flies. Here's the 1-0. And this ball is ripped hard out towards left field, and this will bring in another run. It gets passed momentarily by the left fielder, but Frost comes back in quick, and it's an RBI single for Mason Sprecher, and the Mustangs retake the lead. It's now 6-3. And timeout is called, and that's going to do it here for McNaughton. Obviously frustrated. He was having such a good game, but now 3 runs coming across in this inning for West Prairie to retake the lead. It's 6-3. And we got a new pitcher coming now for Susquenita. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. We'll tell you who it is in just a moment, as West Prairie is back up by 3. Back here for this Susquenita pitching change. Switching places from pitching to first base. Joe McNaughton is now over at first base, and now pitching is Jackson Hockenberry. With a round first and 2 outs, 3 runs in this inning for the Mustangs. And here comes Ryan McCurdy. Struck out twice in this one, and there goes the runner. Swing and a miss from McCurdy. Meanwhile, Mason Sprecher, the big speed catcher, will steal second. So now another RBI opportunity, but McCurdy, or excuse me, we have a pinch hitter here actually. This is Caleb Bizzle. Okay, Bizzle swing at the second pitch and quickly goes down 0-2. Bizzle swings at the third pitch, fouls this one off. Count remains at no balls and 2 strikes. Mason Sprecher over at second. Here's the 0-2. A check swing. Appeal down to the base umpire. Kutry says he went around. That's a strikeout. And that will end the inning. Tough call there for the base umpire, Francis Kutry. But it ends the inning. But the Mustangs score 3 runs on back-to-back sac flies and an RBI single from Mason Sprecher. We're hanging to the bottom of the 5th. It's now a 6-3 ball game for the West Prairie Mustangs. Bottom of the 5th we go. And for Susquenita, it's their 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up, as we'll see Glenn Wenrich, Brandon Hustetter, and Joel McNaughton. Count up the bat for the Hawks. Final line score for Susquenita's Joel McNaughton, 4 2/3 7th inning, facing 25 batters, had 4 strikeouts. He didn't walk anybody, but he gave up 9 hits and 6 earned runs. And 1 wild pitch for Joel McNaughton. He'll be hitting here in this inning, and here is Galen Wenrich. Taking a look at strike 1 called. Wenrich. He is the only Susquenita player to not get on base so far in this one. He's 0 for 2. A ground out to lead off the second, and he struck out his last time up in the third. And there's ball 1. Well, I was talking to West Prairie head coach Josh Wilson earlier today. First question he asked me was, where did our bus driver go? And I want to say that, I don't know where he is. I don't even see the bus for West Prairie. Next pitch is called a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to the Susquenita center fielder. But if I had to take a guess, he's probably over at Sheets, going on a breakfast Sheets run. Next pitch was fouled out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I mean, how many people can say that they had a breakfast Sheets run before a game? I don't know. It's definitely interesting. There is a Sheets right down the road from here. 1-2 pitch, good slider, but just missed. Count defense, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Next time up for Susquenita, they will be down the road at Newport on Monday night. Junior varsity and varsity doubleheader at Newport High School between the Buffaloes and Susquenita, and I believe we're going to be there on Monday. We'll have exclusive coverage of Newport versus Susquenita on Peco Sports Talk YouTube channel. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Wenrich. West Perry next time up, they will be at home on Tuesday at 4:30 against Boiling Springs. The Bubbles coming to town, and for West Perry, that is their military appreciation game. And there's a swing, and that is strike three. Ramage goes down on strikes for the second time. One out here in the fifth. Now bring up Brendan Hostetter. Hostetter 1 for 2, struck out looking to end the third inning. That's 6 strikeouts now that's the first strikeout for Caleb Bissell. And there is strike 1 called. Hostetter struck out looking his last time up. Here's the 0-1 from Bissell. And that's in for a called strike 2. Caleb Bissell came in relief in the last inning. Looking for quick work here. Here's the 0-2. That's in the dirt straight. Going straight back to the backstop for a ball. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tell you what, I'm getting hungry myself. I mean, just thinking about sheets. And I had a bowl of Honey Nut Cheerios this morning. That's all I had. I'm actually getting really hungry right now. But we're almost done here. And the Mustangs have a 3-run lead. Here's a 1-2. And good take. There with 2 strikes. Count Eva at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Next pitch in there for a called strike 3. Hostetter down on strikes for the second time. And back-to-back strikeouts for Caleb Bissell. 2 outs here in the fifth. And now bring up Joe McNaughton. McNaughton taking the first pitch inside and low for ball 1. McNaughton ripped at the first pitch his last at bat, resulted in a single, carrying around the score in that 4th inning. He's 1 for 2. And there is ball 2 to McNaughton. There's a swing and a ground ball, and Stump diving for it, but it goes out to center field for a base hit. McNaughton now 2 for 3 in the game. His second hit of this one. And the inning continues here in the 5th. I'll bring up Chase Fritz. Walked his last time up and carry around the score in that 4th inning. It's the first base runner facing Caleb Bissell. Had 3 up, 3 down. A ground on back-to-back strikeouts, but now a base hit keeps the inning going for Chase Fritz. 0 for 1 so far. Walked and scored his last time up. And now runner thought about going second, but he retreats back halfway. And McNaughton diving back to first, but he didn't have to. 1-0 here to Chase Fritz. Man, McNaughton, I mean, I didn't think he had that kind of speed, but he retreated back halfway to second base. Here's the 1-0. And swing and a miss from Fritz. Makes it 1 ball, 1 strike. Saturday morning baseball here at Susquenita High School. Definitely the earliest sporting event that I ever called in my 6 years of broadcasting since 2020. And there's a called strike 2. The NFL draft wraps up in Pittsburgh today. Rounds 4 through 7. Due up to, I think that starts at 1 o'clock today. I'm not entirely sure. I had a couple of friends who were at Pittsburgh the last couple of days. And next pitch, good take there for Fritz. Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Me as a Steelers fan bunch of my friends have been talking. How do I feel about Drew Aller, the Penn State quarterback, being drafted by Pittsburgh yesterday? But we'll hold up on that. There's a call, strike three. And despite giving up a hit, Missile has 3 strikeouts in this inning. We are heading into this inning number 6 here at Susquenita High School. The Mustangs looking to increase their lead. They're up by 3. This is the Perry County Tournament Consolation game. Let's play for Susquenita, exclusively on the Peco Sports Talk YouTube channel, presented by the Bank of Landisburg. Back here for inning number 6 here at Susquenita High School. I'll tell you, the trains here at Susquenita. This is the one reason why I'm glad I did not go to school here, because growing up, I was obsessed with trains. And if I went to school here and I see a train going by, trust me, I would be distracted throughout my entire career if I was a student here. But here we go with Kyan Sturm. And he takes a look at ball 1. Kyan Sturm 0 for 1 has sack fly back in the 4th inning. And here we are in the top half of inning number 6. A check swing for Sturm, stays upstairs. Held up for ball 2. I remember growing up, I used to go to Sorrento's, I believe it's called, a pizza place in downtown Duncannon, and we always sit in the patio. And every time the train stopped, nothing else mattered to me in the entire world. If there was food in front of me, I would wait to eat it, because there was a train going by. 3-0 now to Kyan Sturm. And there is ball 4. So Kyan Sturm walks on 4 pitches. And that's how the top half inning number 6 starts. Jackson Hockenberry back for his 2nd inning of work on the mound. And now back to the top of the order for the Mustangs. Here is Drew Brandt. Drew Brandt 0 for 3 so far in this game. Popped out to third base this last time up to end the 4th. Here he takes a look at ball 1. That's 5 straight pitches outside the zone now for Hockenberry, who came in relief for Joel McNaughton in the last inning. Next pitch is upstairs again for ball 2. You know, every time I think about 4-pitch walks given up by any pitcher, I always think about Texas A&M baseball. Because Texas A&M, they have the best tradition in all of baseball. They have what they call ball 5, and what that means is anytime the lay pitcher throws a 4-pitch walk, the student section and pretty much everyone else in the stands, they start chanting ball 5, and then every other ball after that. They increase. They go to ball 6, ball 7. They keep going until they throw a strike, just like Jackson Hockenberry did. And it's now 3 balls and 1 strike to, or no, that was called a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Drew Brandt. Yeah, whenever they throw a strike after the ball 5 sequence has started, they start cheering for that pitcher. And the next pitch is hit well, but well foul. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, if you want to know what I'm talking about, look, go on YouTube like you already are, and look up Texas A&M baseball ball 5. It is pretty hysterical. I wish more teams would do that. Texas A&M, they're the only team that does it. They even do that whenever they make it to the Division I World Series. It's pretty hysterical. They do that wherever they go. Yeah, it just makes me want to go to a Texas A&M baseball game, you know. Next pitch is upstairs. Ryder taking off for second, and Guy in Sturm slides into second with a stolen base. It was ball 3, so it's a full count now. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Drew Brandt. Eli Lyons, who has been a tough out today, he is on deck. The full count offering. It's down low for ball 4. Hockenberry frustrated after that pitch. And back-to-back walks now puts runners at first and second. And now opportunity for Eli Lyons. He has been a tough out. 3 for 3 with 3 singles. He scored twice in this game. And Josh Wilson just wanted a quick, brief meetup with Eli Lyons. But I don't know why he has been doing so well today. Now he has a chance to get a big run in for the Mustangs to increase that lead. Here's the first pitch. And Lyons thought about showing bunt, but pitch is ruled a strike, 0-1. And there is ball 1. Good curveball there for Hockenberry, but well outside the zone. We are also at the home of the Perry County softball champions, the Susquenita Blackhawks. They won the softball championship, and really, what a year it has been for Susquenita School District in terms of championships. They have 6 Perry County championships this season. It's a school record for Susquenita. They won field hockey. They won the boys cross-country championship here. They won both basketball tournaments, boys and girls. That's 4. They won softball, as we just mentioned. And they won cheerleading, too. And now here's the rip for Eli Lyons. This is his 4th hit of the game. And it's going to bring in a run as Kyan Sturm scores from second. It's an RBI single for Eli Lyons, his 4th single of the game. And it's now 7-3 Mustangs. Drew Brandt goes from first to third on the play. And now opportunity here for Christian Stump. Eli Lyons, what a game. 4 for 4. Now with an RBI. So we're starting to see a couple of raindrops. And Eli Lyons taking off and no throw to second. As Eli Lyons has a free stolen base. Of course, Susquenita Field Hockey, they won the Perry County Championship, and they won their first ever state championship this past fall. 0-1 here to Christian Stump. He was hit by a pitch this last time up. And there's ball 1. I mean, 6 Perry County championships this year for Susquenita. They have a chance of winning at least 2 more coming up in the track and field championships. No Perry County school in Perry County history has, hold on, this is a wild pitch here, and a run will come across the score. It's 8-3 now for the Mustangs. A wild pitch brings in Drew Brandt from third. And on the same play, Eli Lyons goes to third. So 2 balls and 1 strike. So anyway, no Perry County school in history has won 8 Perry County championships in a single school year. Susquenita has a chance of doing that on Wednesday. And there's a swing, and that is hit high and deep, but it's foul ball. Count even now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah. Wow, there's a really low flying plane from what I'm hearing. I think. Where? Oh, there it is. Wow, it's right above us. Holy moly. Look at this. Can we get a shot of this? Oh, it's... Wow, that is very low. Almost like it's going to have a crash landing here. It's not moving that fast either, as this ball is going fast and out towards right field. Ryan Shoppy slips, but still makes the grab, and it's a sac fly for Christian Stump, as Eli Lyons scores from third. Wow, that was very low flying. Now we can't even see it. Hey, if we hear a big boom coming up here in a couple minutes, we know what happened. Looked like a military plane, too. I did see a lot of that is happening in Perry County for some reason. So, sac fly for the second out, for mercifully the first out. And now here's Carson Fritz taking a look at strike one. And next pitch is in for a call strike two. Carson Fritz 2 for 3. He has an RBI double back in the third. Last time up, he had a base hit with 2 strikes. And next pitch is missed. Good base pitch there for Hockenberry. Mustangs up by 6 as they're running away with this one. Next pitch ends up hitting Carson Fritz. Oh my goodness, Fritz doesn't look too pleased about that. But obviously not intentional with 2 strikes. So now a runner on first here with only 1 out. And now opportunity for Quentin Palm. 1 for 2. He has sacrificed fly his last time up to bring in a run. 3 runs in the 5th, and now 3 runs here in the 6th with 1 out. And there is ball 1. Quentin Palm, shortstop, taking a look at fastball inside for ball 2. I'm kind of surprised that Susquenita doesn't have anybody warming up in the bullpen, but that could change here in a moment. It's 2-0. Good Harris count coming up here to Quentin Palm. Good Harris count, and he takes advantage and gets out towards left field for a base hit. Quentin Palm with his second hit of the day. He's 2 for 3 now. And the inning continues as Carson Fritz stops at second. And now opportunity for Gannon Wilson. He hit a sacrifice fly his last time up. That's something you don't write down in the scorebook very often. Back-to-back hitters with a sacrifice fly. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI. And a single to lay off a 4th inning earlier in this game. Here he takes a look at ball 1. This is the 7th batter of the inning for the Mustangs. They had 7 batters come up in the 5th inning. The Mustangs starting to run away with this one. Here's the next pitch. A swing and a miss from Wilson. He wants to count 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the next pitch. And a good curveball finds the bottom of the zone. Makes the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runners at first and second here with only one out. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball and hit foul out of play. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yep, I have a good feeling that our next broadcast here on the Prairie County Talk Sports Zone YouTube channel will be on Monday, when we travel to Newport for a Prairie County matchup in the Tri-Valley League, Susquenita at Newport. That's ball 2. Here's the 2-2. Swing right up the middle, and that goes out to center for a base hit. Here comes Carson Fritz from rounding third. He will score, and the Mustangs are in double digits. And it's an RBI single for Gannon Wilson, his second hit of the day. And it's now a 10-3 ball game. Granted, Baum goes from first to third on the hit. So rounds up the corners here, still with 1 out for Mason Sprecher. Sprecher had an RBI single his last time up. He's 1 for 2 with a strikeout, a hit by pitch, and an RBI single back in the 5th. Now a chance on another ribby. And there goes Wilson from second. Or from first, and he'll get up to second with a stolen base. West Prairie finds a way to score 3 more runs here in this inning and keep the Blackhawks scoreless in the bottom of the 6th, and the Mustangs will win this game on a 10-run rule in 6 innings. But I need 3 more runs first, and now a swinging bunt here, grounded over to second. The only play is to first, and McNaughton stretching out for a nice play, but a run comes across the score on the ground out, his second RBI of the game, and it's now 11-3 Mustangs. Okay, Wilson goes to third on the ground out. So now the 9th hitter of the inning is Caleb Bissell. Struck out his last time up. And here's a pitch in the dirt. I think it's safe to say that none of us here ever expected for it to be West Prairie and Susquenita in the Consolation game of the Prairie County tournament. But yeah, here we are. Swing and a miss from Bissell. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs here in the top half of inning number 6. A 5-run 6th inning for the Mustangs. Next pitch, good breaking ball, finds the zone. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jackson Hockenberry looking to get out of this inning. And breaking ball missed way inside. Okay, you have 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bissell ducking out of the way on that one. Before this week, West Prairie hasn't won back-to-back games, but they have done so this week, beating Shippensburg on Monday and then dominating Chase Buchanan. This ball goes off the second base bag and prevents from going out to center field, but another run comes across the score on a single for Caleb Bissell. RBI for the relief pitcher, Caleb Bissell. And the Mustangs bat around here in the 6th. And now courtesy runner for the West Prairie pitcher, Kane Kimmel, now running over at first. And they bat around here in the 6th, and here comes Kyan Sturm. He started this thing on a 4-pitch walk. And his first pitch hits Kyan Sturm. Oh my goodness. Kyan Sturm doesn't look too pleased with that one either. Being hit by the curveball there on the first pitch, and now back to the top of the lineup for the Mustangs. Here comes Drew Brandt. Every single player on the West Prairie lineup has gone on base now. And here we go with Drew Brandt. Walked and scored in this inning. He's 0 for 3. And now he rips that first pitch and scooped up by McDonough. He'll get over to first easily, and that will end the inning. We will see a 7th inning in this one, but the Mustangs, 10 batters come up to the plate, and 6 of them come across to score. We are heading into the bottom of the 6th. It's a 9-run lead for West Perry. Bottom half of inning number 6. We will see a 7th inning here in this one. But the Blackhawks down by 9, and they got a lot of work to do here in this one. As the 9-1-2 hitters are due up for Susquenita. Here comes Jackson Hockenberry. So far he's been solid at the plate, 2 for 2 with an RBI. Actually, 2 RBIs in this one. He had a 2-run single back in the 4th. Here he swings and misses at the first pitch for strike 1. That's what Hockenberry has been doing so far, swinging at the first pitch every time. And here he swings and chops this one down third baseline, a fair ball. Hockenberry will have his 3rd hit of the game. And it's a single for Jackson Hockenberry. It's a leadoff single here in inning number 6. And now back to the top of the Susquenita order. Here comes Jacob White. Struck out looking his last time up. So far for Susquenita, 3 runs on 10 hits. And looks like they're going to have a courtesy runner over at first base for the pitcher. That's number 21, James Fry, excuse me. Will come over to run for the Susquenita pitcher. Swing and miss from Jacob White, 0-1. And there's a rip out towards shallow right, and that drops down for a hit. Concerned how a long way to get there, and for a second close, but not in time as James Fry heads on over to second on a bloop single from Jacob White, his 2nd hit of the game. He's now 2 for 4. And now back-to-back hits for Susquenita. Here comes Remy Rodaball. He had the 1st hit of this one. He's 2 for 3 with a single and a double. Just to think he is halfway through completing the cycle. All he needs is a triple and a home run, right? 1-0 here to Rodaball, the Susquenita designated hitter. He rips at that pitch and fouls it back for strike 1. Here's the 1-1, Swing, and this could be two. Flip over to second for one. Throw to first in time. A 6-4-3 double play for 2 outs here in the 6th. James Fry goes over to third. And now here comes Eric Rice. He's 1 for 2. Walked on 4 pitches his last time up. And there's ball 1 away. That double play was as routine as it gets. 6-4-3 for 2 outs while the runner goes over to third. And there is strike 1 called. I don't know. Do you think they might have had a chance at a triple play on that play if have they gone to third? I don't know. It might have been close over at first. But with a 9-run lead, I think it's okay to put that runner over at third as this ball gets away. But no offense from the runner at third. Caleb Bissell longing to get out of this thing. Keep the score where it is. Here's a swing and a drive, but that goes foul towards the parking lot. Oh, that went off of somebody's pickle truck. Or maybe somebody's little red car. Oh no, they do have a net right there in front of the parking lot, but unfortunately it only covers half of it. And a 2-2 offering is upstairs for ball 3. It's a full count now to Eric Rice. Ryan Shoppy is on deck for the Hawks. The payoff pitch is down low and away for ball 4. So Eric Rice, a big speed threat, is now over at first base. And opportunity now for Ryan Shoppy. Hitless so far in this one. He's 0 for 2. He walked back in the 3rd inning. Can't imagine there's not a whole lot of games where Ryan Shoppy doesn't have a hit. And now this pitch is up and in. And Eric Rice, there's that speed I was talking about. He was taking off for second. He has a stolen base. 1-0 now to Ryan Shoppy, the senior. And it's 1-0 here to Shoppy. Grounded out to Quentin Palm his last time up. And here he rips one down third baseline, foul. Count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Canisius University, Division I in the NCAA. That's where Ryan Shoppy will be heading to continue his baseball career. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. And swing and a miss. A dirty slider there for Caleb Bissell. Shoppy behind the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Shoppy has 3 strikeouts so far, all of them being in the 5th inning. And there's a swing, ground ball. We'll do the 1-2 pitch again as this ball goes foul. One ball, 2 strike pitch. Once again here from Bissell. And a high fastball laid off for ball 2. I did see on the news the other day, I think it was yesterday, that Susquenita had their mock crashed for prom season. It is prom season. I hope everyone has a safe and enjoyable prom coming up. I'm not exactly sure where Susquenita is. But yeah, prom is definitely something special for everybody. But just be safe out there, all right? Yeah. We don't want anything to happen during what is probably one of the, well, no doubt it's one of the best times of the entire school year. Step off here, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Come up here to Ryan Shoppy. And next Pitch is in for a called strike three, and Shoppy can't believe it. Shoppy down on strikes, and that ends the inning, leaving 2 runners in scoring position, and we're heading into the 7th inning. The Mustangs looking for some insurance as they're up by 9. This is Perry County Baseball Consolation Game, exclusively on YouTube, presented by the Bank of Landisburg and by Peco Yardscape. Back here for the 7th inning. The Mustangs up by 9 and looking for some big insurance runs. But now, the first hitter in this inning for the Mustangs is looking for something that is incredibly hard to do, and that is to have 5 hits in a game. Here comes Eli Lyons, 4 for 4 with 4 singles. Had an RBI in his last at bat. Here he reps at the first pitch, and Eli Lyons has done it. 5 hits in this game, all of them being a single. Have a day, young man. Eli Lyons is 5 for 5. First pitch swinging for Eli Lyons. That's his 2nd hit where he swung on the first pitch. And his 5th hit of the day. My goodness. Maybe West Perry might want to have some early Saturday morning games more often. This is the earliest game that I can remember for West Perry since I started broadcasting their games, as well as the Perry County tournaments. And now here we go with Christian Stump. He's 1 for 1 in the game. He was hit by a pitch, and now he's hit by the pitch again. That's the 3rd time that Christian Stump has been hit by a pitch in this game. Oh my goodness, I mean, twice is bad enough, but when you have a 3rd time being hit, you're just asking for trouble right there. Man, puts runners at 1st and 2nd now with nobody out. And here comes Carson Fritz. He was hit by a pitch this last time up. And there is strike 1 called. Carson Fritz, he is 2 for 3 in the game, scored twice in this game. He has this single. Had an RBI double back in the 3rd, which so far is the only extra base hit for the Mustangs in this game. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Fritz. Man, I'm getting really hungry. I'm getting really hungry for sheets. And there's ball 2 as the ball gets away, and a wild pitch will put both runners in the scoring position now. Leah Lyons goes to 3rd. Christian Stump goes to 2nd. That's 2 balls and 1 strike for Fritz. West Perry exploded in their last game. Has a season high 20 runs at James Buchanan this past Wednesday. And that was that ball 4? No, I was going to say. This is also a pinch hitter, by the way. I just realized that. This is Kane Kimball. And now there's ball four. There's Kane Kimball. A walk, and the bases are now loaded with nobody out. And another pinch hitter here, as we see Grady Brown. And first pitch to Grady Brown is down low for a ball. It's 1-0. Grady Brown is also a pitcher for Westbury. He has been struggling on the mound as of late so far this season. But hitting-wise, he has been pretty good. And here he risks one. Could be two, however, as the flip over to second is in time. Throw to first. Not in time. As Grady Brown beats out the fielder's choice. But another run comes across the score, and the Mustangs are now up by 10. Christian Stump goes over to third. And now here is Gannon Wilson. Taking a look at a high pitch upstairs for ball one. The Mustangs scored 20 runs in their last game. There goes the runner to second. And not a chance as Grady Brown goes over to second without a throw. It's 1-1 strike. That last pitch was a strike. Gannon Wilson, 2 for 3 in the game. There he swings and fouls the next pitch back. It's 1-2 strikes. Here to Gannon Wilson. The 1-2. Missed outside, evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. We'll be here on Wednesday for the Perry County Track and Field Championships. We wanted to broadcast that last year, but the heavy rain pushed it back and was never made up. And now here's a high pop-up and it's caught by McDonald over at first. And there's out number 2. So here comes Mason Sprecher. Sprecher had an RBI on the ground last time up. He has 2 ribbies so far in this game. Had an RBI single back in the 5th. And first pitch. Just misses apparently for ball 1. And next pitch. Down low in the dirt. It's ball 2. Whereas at second and third here with 2 outs. The Mustangs up by 10. Susquenita will be down to their final 3 outs in the 7th. And there is ball 3 now to Sprecher. Believe it's Caleb Bissell on deck for the Mustangs. Jackson Hockenberry to 3-0. Breaking ball in for a called strike. Here's a 3-1 for Hockenberry. A swing and a chopper to second. Nice play for Hostetter as he throws to first, but the throw is dropped by McNaughton. And that's the first error of the game. A low throw is actually going to result in an E4. And another run comes across the score. It's 14-3. Grady Brown heads over to third on the error. And now first pitch swing for Caleb Bissell. Rounds to the third, throw to first is in time. And that will end the inning, but the Mustangs strike for 2 more. And they're up by 11. It's 14-3. Last chance coming up for Susquenita in our consolation game, heading into the bottom of the 7th. Bottom of the 7th we go. The West Prairie Mustangs are looking for a winning streak for the first time this season. They are looking for their 3rd straight win, and they're up by 11. It's 14-3. Here we go with Garen Winrich, Braden Hostetter, and Joe McNaughton. Do that for Susquenita. Kevin Bissell looking to finish it out. And there is strike 1 called. We actually have a pinch hitter here for Susquenita as Ben Smith is pinching here in the 7th. And next pitch, best for strike 2. Susquenita bring in their substitutions here in the 7th, and Ben Smith, the 0-2, swung on and missed. And Kevin Bissell on a roll, and there's one out here in the 7th. Up here is wearing number 26. This is Dylan Johnson as he swings at the first pitch for strike 1. Next pitch, swung on, missed again for strike 2. The 0-2 from Bissell. And it's down low for ball 1. Man, I was just thinking that, hey, he had 5 straight strikes, 1 strikeout. Oh, I was starting to think of an immaculate inning there. But nope, that's not going to happen here as this next pitch is upstairs for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes here at Dylan Johnson. Pinch hitting here in the 7th. Swing and a miss for Johnson. Back-to-back case. That's now 3 in a row for Caleb Bissell. And the Blackhawks are down to their final out. And it's Joe McNaughton. He's been having a good game, 2 for 3. Hit the ball hard every single time, but he's had a base hit in each of his last 2 plate appearances. 2-3. Oh, Bissell slipping there on the first pitch. It's ball 1 to McNaughton. And there was a bit of a slip there from Bissell. Suppressing nobody is saying, hey, can we get some diamond dry on that? But not near that time, as this ball is upstairs for ball 2. Bissell being very careful here. And next pitch, grounded, and that is a fair ball. A diving ever for the third baseman Carson Fritz. Or excuse me, that's Grady Brown. Yeah, that is Grady Brown over there at third. And it results in an infield single for McNaughton, his third hit of the game. And timeout here as Josh Wilson probably doesn't want to risk anything. Caleb Bissell has 7 strikeouts, and that's going to be all for Caleb Bissell as they're going to bring in Eli Lyons to close it out for the Mustangs. Down to the final out. Eli Lyons looking to finish it off. Back here, pitching change. Eli Lyons now pitching for the Mustangs, looking to finish it out. 2 outs here in the 7th, and Chase Fritz taking a look at ball 1. Joe McNaughton over at first base. And next pitch, swung on, foul tip for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here to Chase Fritz. Or it's actually 2-1. 2-1? Okay, 2-1. My mistake there. I missed a pitch there. 2-1 pitch from Lyons. Swung on, miss, and Susquenita is down to their final strike. And now Lyons learning to close it out with a punch out. 2-2 breaking ball stays upstairs for ball 3. Jackson Hockenberry is on deck for the Blackhawks. There, the full payoff pitch missed inside for ball 4. Yeah, Lions, I got to finish it off with the first batter he faces. But here comes Jackson Hockenberry. He has been a tough out at the plate. 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs. All 3 hits being a single. He was caught out at second, tried to advance to second over in back in the 4th inning. But here he swings and fouls off first pitch, rolled dead at the plate for strike 1. Once again, Jackson Hockenberry, every single time, his 4th play appearance, he swung on the first pitch. Jackson Hockenberry, a very aggressive hitter. Eli Lyons Reverse at first and second with 2 outs. Swing, and this is hit out play. And once again, the Susquenita team is down to their final strike. No balls, 2 strikes to Jackson Hockenberry. United Lions to finish it out. 0-2, swung on, hit to third, and off of Grady Brown. And that will result in E5. Went off his glove on a slow roller. And Susquenita, they're not going to go down quietly. That's the first error on the Mustangs in this one, and now back to the top of the Susquenita order. And Jacob White hits this one deep but foul down the first baseline. Strike 1 to Jacob White. That ball was ripped, but just a bit early for Jacob White. As the bases are loaded off the error. Jacob White 2 for 4 in the game. He had a base hit his last time up in the 6th. 2 singles, a pop out, and a strikeout for Jacob White. As the skies are starting to get a little darker here. And the next pitch, good curveball there for Lions, but it's outside the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. Susquenita has the bases loaded. McNaughton at third, Chase Fritz at second, Jackson Hockenberry over at first. Swing and a miss, and for the 3rd straight batter, Susquenita is down to their final strike. Susquenita doing well, getting on base with 2 strikes. The 1-2, down low in the dirt, count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. This Susquenita team, they're fighting. They're fighting hard here, trying to keep this game going, but they got a lot of work to do as they're down by 11. And the next pitch, good take there for White. And it's a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The full count offering as ripped and right to the. Did that go off the fence or off the bleachers? I guess it went off the corner of the fence there in front of the West Prairie dugout. But we'll do the payoff pitch again. Bases loaded with 2 outs. A full count pitch. Let's go. The payoff is swung on and hit foul once again. We'll do it again. There is no quit in this Susquenita team. If this score holds up, Joe McNaughton will earn the loss on the mound, and Caleb Bissell would have earned the win. Playoff pitch again. We'll do it again as this ball is fouled off. A good battle here for Jacob White. The Lions, once again, the payoff is hit hard out towards left center, and this will hit the gap. It gets down. 1 run scores, 2 run scores. Throw to third is offline, and it's a 2-run double for Jacob White, and it's now 14-5. A big, lengthy at-bat for Jacob White. And the inning continues. And Susquenita scores 2. Jackson Hockenberry stops at third. And now here is Remy Rodaball. Taking a look at ball 1. And there's a swing, and that goes out to left field for a base hit. And Hockenberry scores from third, and Jacob White stops at third. And it's now a 14-6 ball game. All three of those runs for Susquenita, first three were unearned. And here's the first pitch swinging. That's ripped foul off the bat of Eric Rice. Strike one. Yeah, Lions taking his time on this one, and that's their door for ball one. Runners at the corners here with 2 outs. And it's actually no balls and 2 strikes as Eli Lions. Going to cross it out. And, just missed. But good base pitch there. That was intentional for Eli Lions. Looked like a splitter right there. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Rice still going to keep it going. Here's a 1-2. And that is missed and gets away from Springer. But fortunately for the Mustangs, no advancement. 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's the 2-2, and swing, and grabbed by Brown this time, flips over to first, and that will end the ball game. Incredible effort for the Susquenita Blackhawks, scoring 3 in the 7th, but they could not get it done with a big 2-out rally, as the West Prairie Mustangs have now won 3 in a row, and they split 2 games in the Perry County tournament officially, as the Perry County tournament is finally over. Took a while, but the Mustangs and Blackhawks get their consolation game in. The game was supposed to start at noon, but it started at 9 o'clock this morning. Game time took 2.5 hours. And the skies are getting darker as we go along here. But the West Prairie Mustangs get it done 14-6, our final score. And for the West Prairie, they have now won 3 in a row, their first winning streak this season. As they improved to 4-10 on the year. And for Susquenita, they drop a tough one here as they dropped to 4-8 this season. It's the first time that they went 0-2 in quite a while in the Perry County tournament. Next time up for both teams, the West Prairie Mustangs will be back at home on Tuesday when they take on Boiling Springs. That will be West Prairie's military appreciation game. Hope you come around for that on Tuesday at 4:30 for West Prairie baseball against Boiling Springs. And for Susquenita, they will be back on the road on Monday, and we're going to be there too over at Newport. When the Newport Buffaloes host the Susquenita Blackhawks, a 6:30 start, a junior varsity and varsity doubleheader. And we'll be there over at Newport on Monday night. We'll see you there. Our next Perry County tournament event will be our last one right here at Susquenita on Wednesday for the Perry County Track and Field Championships. And that starts at 3:45 on Wednesday. We'll see you there. That's going to do for us here at Susquenita High School on behalf of all 4 athletic directors. For Greenwoods, the Perry County champions. For Greenwoods, Matt Bingaman. For Newport, Sean Lesh. For West Prairie's Alan Marceau. And for Susquenita, Scott Markowitz. And on behalf of all of us here at Susquenita, I am Alex Wall. The Golden Pipes of Perry County Baseball is saying so long from Duncannon. This has been a presentation of the 2026 Perry County Baseball Consolation Game between Susquenita and West Perry, exclusively on the Peco Sports Talk YouTube channel. Your final score in this one, the Mustangs win their 3rd straight, and they beat Susquenita by a score of 14-6. Have a great weekend, everybody, from all of us here at Susquenita High School.